Hello, hello, hello. This is an impromptu live stream for Boss Level Branding because I want to give you all sorts of amazing tips, resources to help you level up your business to boss level, right? I have written some posts and asked some questions, and I'm sending out some emails all about positioning at the moment because it's that important. Positioning. A lot of people don't know what it is, right? And I want to clear that up. So marketing people, salespeople, they all talk about positioning, but as part of my methodology, positioning is in branding because it fits in with your brand. Your brand needs to be designed to integrate seamlessly with the position you want to hold in the market. So what is positioning? Positioning is where you fit into the marketplace and what is the specific audience in that position, and where does your pricing fit? Where does your product or service fit? Is it high end? Is it mass produced? Is it somewhere in the middle? Do you want to serve entrepreneurs, or do you want to serve busy moms? Do you want to serve this type of market? So it's kind of this little ball of goodness that positioning is, and it includes who your audience is, and your pricing, and your offer, and what you say, how you say it, your copywriting, your messaging, and of course your brand. So you can't look like you just got your brand out of a Cracker Jack box if you want to work with high-end CEOs of major multi-million dollar corporations, right? Just like you're not going to show up to an interview at the White House in your tracksuit. That's what your brand is, and that's what positioning is. You have to look the part, you have to sound the part, you have to price it accordingly. There's a really good example for this. Is I had a client who's a florist in Hope Island, a little bit of a higher, nicer end of town, and she had these big giant vases with plants, and they're the big ones, the ones that where from the floor up, the top of it is like at your waist, like these big huge ones, and she mispriced them. She made one of them, it was like 250, and the other one was 2,500. So it had an extra zero, or she didn't put the decimal in the right spot. Identical on either side of the door. There was someone who walked in and was looking around and really liked them and looked at them both, looked at the price, and bought the $2,500 one. They were identical. There is an audience for every price point. There are people who will not even look at something that is under 4 figures or 5 figures if they're going to purchase it. And then there's the other side of the audience where they only buy $49 stuff, $99 stuff, $200 stuff. Like $497 is a massive investment, right? That's okay. You can do both. You can price certain things, but you need to know who you're talking to. If you're talking to the DIY crowd, they're speaking a different language. This is all about how-tos and educate, and then they're going to take it and try to do it themselves and only buy your low-end offers. Or maybe that's where you want to fit in the market and just have this massive client base of people who want to buy templates and low-end stuff because that's your jam. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to know that's where you fit in the market. You have to know that that is your position and speak to the right people and have the right price points. And like I said before, vice versa. There is a set of people for every single price point. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but it's that important, and sometimes it's hard to grasp. And you're like, I don't know if I can charge $18K for this. Well, you can charge it. Is there perceived value there? Is there a market for it? Are there people at that price point? Yes, because there's people at the price point that will pay $30,000 for it or $50,000. Some people pay 6 figures for this type of thing, right? But you have to know, does my pricing fit with the people I'm talking to? Am I talking to the right people? Is this offer right for them? So not only do you need to know this, you can't just show up and say, hey, I'm now a high ticket coach and I charge this much, so buy all my shit. No. when people see that kind of thing and then they go click on your profile or stalk your socials or go to your website, they are going to judge you. They're going to see if that fits with what you're saying. Say, okay, your position now is a 5-figure coach, or your position now is, like $20,000 branding. Well, does it look like it on your website? Do you have client results that make this a good return on investment? Are you speaking to the people that are ready to have the problem solved, who no longer want to DIY, who want to just do it for me, let's get it done, this is where I want to be, and sort it out? Right? Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I shall just keep going and tell you that positioning is that big in branding. Some people think it's not part of branding, but it is, because your brand has to fit with where you fit in the market. And it can evolve and grow, and you can chop and change as long as the base foundation and strategy remains the same. So the reason why it could cost you money is because I've seen this all the time. Facebook ad managers, right? People doing campaigns, social media managers, graphic designers, copywriters, anybody, VAs, anybody that you have working in your brand, in your business, that is representing you, that is doing an ad targeting a certain audience, that has a certain price point to sell something, that has a sales page or get on a call. If you don't understand your position and the audience that you're speaking to, and speak to them the right way, this is where money just like, oh, I'm spending $10 a day on ads and I'm getting no one. It's like $12 per click to get a phone call, why are they spending 50 cents per click? And then not only that, the amount of time and money it takes to go back and tweak your ads, tweak your copy, test and measure it, send back your creative like 15 times because they're not getting it right and it's not selling, because you don't have your position sorted. You don't have it clarified. You don't have it defined and mapped out and speaking in a certain way to certain people where they're in the market, and you don't have a brand that matches it. So the whole thing needs to be integrated seamlessly. It's this big package, right? And that is exactly why positioning and all this stuff takes up an entire pillar of my framework, my brand framework. So yes, I guess in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is it is super, super important to understand your position in the marketplace and know you cannot just say, this is who I am and this is now what I sell, so buy my stuff. It has to have, there's a ton of touch points and complexity to get it right. So I suggest hiring somebody who can help you do it like that. So you can collapse time, skip all the trial and error, save that money and spend it on the right audience with the right ad or the right offers, so the money just comes into you rather than you just like throwing it out, right? Okay, so that's positioning. This was a quick little Facebook Live that I wanted to hop on and talk about that. So if you have any questions, reach out, let me know. Otherwise, I do have some open spaces for some phone calls, some brand audits, and I want to particularly audit your positioning and have a look at your brand and see if what your goal is and what you're wanting to sell and the money you want to make and who you want to work with actually fits, if we can tell what that is, if you're speaking to the right people. So we're going to like uncover the gaps of, where you are, where you want to be, and that those missing pieces on how to get there, right? So it's no pressure. Hop on a call. We'll figure it out and you will leave knowing like the next steps that you need to take. So message me and I'll give you a booking link. I'll also put it down in the comments. And if you're watching this on a replay or if you're watching this on YouTube or something, I will try to get the link down in the comments. Otherwise, reach out to me on Facebook, Steph Sahelka, and I look forward to speaking with you. Have a fabulous day. Peace out.